Then it is the decision of Alaric, your leader, that we shall travel to the east.
I don't think we should. I think we should go after old what's-his-name. That's what I think.
Be silent, Novia. It is not right that you question the wisdom of Alaric, our leader.
Nay, let the child have speech. What sayest thou, Novia, newest amongst us?
Well, I think we should go after this Balak now.
Where shall we go?
After.
Good idea. Let's try that again.
I auditioned for drama school, got in and thought, oh, I must have a bit of talent to get in. And then I got here and spent the whole first year thinking, oh my God, I'm absolutely rubbish. Because I wasn't used to being stripped right back to the basics. And then obviously you get to the second year, which is really full on. And they start building you back up as an actor. That's me there. Herwin. The warrior.
After I feel comfortable with the play as a whole, I will then go through it specifically and note the absolutes of my character, what's said about him and what he says about other people.
Rick and me.
Oh, Rick and I. Not Rick and me. Rick and I, young lady. There's an English teacher in the room. We must mind our P's and Q's, eh? Stanley's usually very strict about things like that. He couldn't have been listening.
It's all about timing and getting the looks in the right place. And if you miss those, then the rhythm of the text doesn't really work and you could miss out on what could have been a big laugh. So that's always important. But it's just kind of experimenting and with the rhythm.
Go into. So could you give me, Lauren, good evening, Mr. Inchbridge. Take some time to get your reaction to her. And then I'm Marcy Banks from
Okay.
the Bricks and then play it just like you did. Okay, so place and.
Good evening, Mr. Inchbridge. I'm Marcy Banks. I'm a friend of Rick's. I hope you don't mind.
No, come in. Please, come in.
We're kind of encouraged to find out about a lot of different methods and then pick the one that works for you. I think at the moment, the way that we're rehearsing Wildest Dreams is probably a way that I really enjoy working.
See, Marcy, my wife Hazel.
How do you do, Mrs. Inchbridge?
How do you do? I don't see how she can. We're halfway through the thing.
Marcy can play someone we've met on the way. We're always meeting characters on the way.
Yes, but they don't all join us, do they? I mean, they don't all tag along willy-nilly. I mean, if they all join us, there'd be hundreds of them. Innkeepers and woodcutters and God knows what.
Yes, but in this case, this one...
Hunchbacks, distressed damsels.
Yes, but they have no one to play them. No one to control them.
The idea that you would never ever refer to your character as I, it's always in the third person. So you have a certain level of distance from the character, which I find helpful. So you do exercises where you take your character with you or you invite them in.
I think at this stage, as an actor, I try and just keep myself as adaptable as possible because over the last year and a half we've found that every director works in a completely different style. And I think it's really healthy, probably as an actor at the moment, at my stage, to just be completely adaptive to any of these styles and to be able to, you know, just take on board within a couple of days the process and move forward with it.
Maybe we should travel south.
We can't travel south. You heard what Alaric said.
Nay, but she is young, and I am of a clear mind.
Well, I'm sorry.
Get that line again, please, so she gets to play with you. And.
Nay, but she is young and beautiful, and I have a clear mind.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm also young and beautiful, and I have to say I think she's wrong.
Nay, I don't need to.
And she's only just given a
way.
decision to keep her mouth shut.
No.
Wait! Alric speaks. Your leader speaks. If we quarrel amongst ourselves, we will surely perish. Therefore, I have made the decision. And I have decided we will do as Novia, the newcomer, said, to meet Balak. Alric has spoken. The old wise one has spoken.
Well, if we're going to start taking orders from assaults.
So we are agreed.
The rehearsals started 4 weeks ago and started off quite slowly with a lot of character development from the actors, and so there wasn't much for me to do at the beginning, but it was nice to be able to see the process of how they got into their characters and where it all begins and all the initial thoughts of it.
Yes.
To the north are the mountains of Ag, and beyond that lies the kingdom of Indosia, the Virgin Queen, ruler of the fish people. To the west, the kingdom of Oric, lord of all oak trees, and the forest of emptiness. To the east, the Grey River, which winds into the valley of disappointment and despair. And to the south lies the dead place, the land ruled over by Balak, the beast.
Wow.
Yes, we had sighted the kingdom of Balak, he whom we had sought for so long. Balak, the evil one, the reason for our banding together, whom we had each sworn for our own secret reason to destroy. Balak.
Yes, we know this, Stanley.
Alric.
We know this, Alric.
Well, last night's show went pretty well, I think, and the audience seemed to be responding and laughing, which is always a good thing. And although it was interesting because I think we learnt quite a lot about the comedy in it, because if you sort of stumble over one syllable, then you don't get a laugh for 6 lines later because they've lost confidence in your ability to make them laugh.
You did to me.
I didn't. I just lay there like a plank, rigid, terrified of the whole business.
Well, that's various things, really. Me included. Probably was me looking back, I don't know.
No, it wasn't. It was me. I should have put you at your ease. That's what a woman's meant to do. That's her job.
It's not a job. It's nobody's job. Sex isn't a job, Hazel. It's supposed to be spontaneous and effortless and easy.
If it's that easy, why do they need to write all these books explaining it to people then? Tell me that.
If we don't get a full house tonight or a very responsive audience, it can make you quite unsettled and sometimes worry you as to whether you're not being funny or not delivering the lines properly. And so it's still keeping that self-reassurance and having that confidence to know that what you are doing is the same as the night before and you're doing it to the same standard, but maybe they're just reacting in a different way.
Do you want me to go?
No. After all, we ought to get to know you, oughtn't we? I mean, you'd hardly walked through our door before you were dragooned into our game.
Oh, not really. I enjoyed it.
Well, we normally play for hours, but...
Don't mind me.
Well, would you like a cup of tea or something?
Oh, yes, thank you.
Well, if they all... Still here?
Yes.
Not gone with Rick?
No.
Well, excuse me.
We thought we might all have a cup of tea.
We? Who's we?
All of us. Actually getting the show from the rehearsal space to the theatre, there's a lot more technical aspects you need to keep in mind. Say, like, I felt in the last few days I've had a bit of a cold coming on, and I pushed a little bit too much last night. So, you know, when you're not in a room with like 3 other people, but you're in a big space with 100 people watching, it sucks up all the sound and you have to work a bit harder.
Well, we could...
What? Stay home and look after your trust it more than I do already?
Not necessarily.
Well, what else? What else?
Well, maybe we should try and have more fun. Do things together more. Take more holidays. Little ones. It needn't be too expensive. We could go for weekend breaks and take walks. So that's why I'm now drinking Lemsip out of a Homer Simpson mug.
In my younger days, it was very much a show-off factor for me. I liked the attention, blah, blah, blah. I liked having everyone watching me. But the more, after coming to this drama school and now I'm in my third year, I realised that it's not about that at all. And looking forward, I mean, this is what I do. This is going to be my job, hopefully, in the future.
Come along now, someone's slipping. Oh, hobgoblins. What about elves?
I'll hang this up.
Gnomes?
To be honest, I'm a 21-year-old and I haven't got much knowledge, but I've been brought up by my mum, single parent. I haven't got much knowledge of a 50-year-old man going through a midlife crisis.
No succubi. Ghosts. Dwarfs. Well, you do disappoint me.
Betty.
This week when we started doing full run-throughs, and last night is when I really started to enjoy being her. The more work we've done on just walking with the character, taking her into town with me and doing different exercises, I found it easier to embody her, which then I didn't have to think about the text. The text sort of came last. Obviously I was taking factual things from the text, what they said about her, absolutes, etc.
I guess since the last time we spoke, we did a music exercise. Were you there for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a music exercise where we all had to bring in a piece of music that we think our character would listen to, and Julia also chose some pieces, and she played them to the class, and we got in our own space as our characters, and just sort of listen to the music, and we weren't allowed to leave the room.
Yeah.
We just had to listen, and that was quite
interesting.
Yeah, really interesting.
Hi, Red.
Yes?
Do you want anything to eat here?
No.
Anything to drink? A little hot drink?
No, thank you.
Anything at all?
No, nothing! Nothing at all, Mother!
I'll say a little prayer for you, son. Think you don't know what to do,
I thought it was really good. I thought it was really interesting because I got really pissed off at one point, and you can't predict how you're going to react to different pieces of music and what they're going to trigger. So
yeah, and thoughts as well, like because we work on a basis of backstory, and certain songs can bring up I know with me, if I listen to a song, it reminds me of a time in the past, where I was, who with.
Yeah. Because there was one piece of music, and there was two different ones, but both me and the girl who plays my wife both thought of our wedding song at one point. So different pieces of music, but they were different pieces of music. So it depends what it is.
Yeah.
As to how you react.
I saw you going out with her this evening on your bike. Now where is she?
She's not here! There's nobody in him. Get out before I call somebody.
Christ. This place is a tip. What, are you swatting?
No, I'm not. None of your business.
Where's this lead?
This is private property. Get out, I tell you. She's not here.
Listen, darling, I'm not stupid. I can count. 2 little crash helmets, 2 little heads. Alright? Now get out of my way.
You go down there now. I'll warn you.
You ever try that again, and I'll break both your arms.